I was thinking as I was walking around that when I have discussions with people, especially people that I've known like 35 plus years, who seem to be disappointed in my viewpoint these days, and a lot of them who just have cut off any interactions and communication, they never ask me why my point of view on certain situations has changed. They never ask why. It's just, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And even a lot of times they'll send me articles, and in the title of the article, and like I look into who owns these papers, these news agencies and stuff like that, and find out, well, where's their money going, who do they support, who are they friends with, what kind of person are they, blah 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 blah. But they'll send me these articles, and out of respect, I didn't used to. I used to be like, oh, I don't need to see the article, I don't care. I know what I know because I know it and because it feels like it's true. So I'll read the article, I'll open the article up, and in the title, in the headline, it's reinforcing their belief. But I read down 3-4 paragraphs, and then it just all turns into speculation. That's when it all falls apart. The first couple of paragraphs, it reinforces whatever the headline is, the clickbait headline usually. And then when you start reading it, they're like, like they used to say with Trident gum, 9 out of 10 dentists agree. Patients that chew Trident. And it's like, well, who's paying these people? But you'll see in the article that it's usually speculation, right? Well, it could do this, it could go that way. But they don't say, well, it also could work out, it could go the other direction, And a lot of times when we're talking with each other, people, in general, they're just waiting to spew or to speak what they feel is the truth, rather than listening, assimilating that information, and then going, oh, well, I didn't understand that aspect of it, or whatever it is, or I'm going to look into that because I don't know enough about it. And if you really care about a cause or whatever it is enough, you will look into it, and you'll look into it in several different, ways, several different like reports or experts, and we know how their expertise usually comes along. But a lot of my views have changed. Like I'm aligned on a lot of conservative things, right? But there's a lot of stuff that I disagree with. I'm still socially liberal in a lot of ways, but there's a lot of that liberalism that I don't agree with. And we have to be able to meet somewhere in between and listen to one another in order to get past this division that we have. And the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, Republicans, Democrats, deep state, blah, 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 intelligence agencies, government, whatever it is, they benefit from us being at each other's throats. They benefit from us not wanting to understand each other. They benefit from us just going by feelings and not facts. You can